Right, Sunday the 24th of August 2025. It's coming coming up to around about 6 o'clock. Look at these trails. Look, we've got one big one there, another one there, and a few of them over here. And I was only just a small section I can see. But in the background, we do have that white haze, which kind of looks like cirrocumulus. Some sort of a white haze anyway. But is it blocking out that sun? Not really. Gonna be honest. But yeah, there you go. See what the time lapse does, isn't it? It's a little bit more of an angle. Now it's made its way over my direction, so the camera will be able to film this. So it's pretty good. So yeah, one big fat trail that's blended in with other trails. So yeah, not saying that trails cannot spread out, which they do. It just depends on the atmospheric conditions. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is what it is. I've seen so many trails that don't do anything, in fact just appear but not thick like this. So yeah, there we go. We'll have a look at the time lapse in a minute. Let's just look and see what clouds can be noticed in the background. Obviously we look at the trails, I need to have a look what else exists in clouds are in the background. So obviously we've got one big thick trail there, and this white haze. If I really zoom in and have a look, you can see those whisper effects. Now, looking at this, you can see the wispy effects. So this is part of cirrus, and here's some photographs of cirrus. Ones that sort of stretch out, a bit like a blanket. But you see, you got those little whispers in there, the whisper clouds. Like I said before, every time you see cirrus, you're going to find trails, and it's exactly what you're seeing. So we've got cirrus with trails. There's no puffy clouds, so it's just high altitude clouds at the moment. So yeah, just cirrus really. You find cirrus, you're gonna find trails.
So that was a little bit of a short video. It was a bit of a lazy day for me. So yeah, let's see what the time lapse shows on the 24th, Sunday the 24th of August 2025. My God, this year is flying by. My God. Right, let's do this. Let's have a look and see what we can see in the sky. Well, first things first, we can see some trails in the sky. So let's see what the outcome would be. I can't really remember what happened that day. So I know I was working. Yes, I know it was a Sunday. But nevertheless, man's got to do what a man's got to do. Sometimes we've got to make sacrifices to have the Monday, the bank holiday off, which was quite traily, actually. So once again, we have some trails in the skies. First thing in the morning, we've got a bit of cirrus right there. Trails, little bits and pieces, you know, nothing too dramatic. What else we got here? Yeah. This is another reoccurring thing, guys. Look, if I go back, you start to see trails and this massive white blanket, which is obviously cirrocumulus, I believe, which is starting to form, which is the same sort of altitude as where these trails are, basically. And it just forms naturally in that area. But you will get trails, small trails, and sometimes big trails, depending on how big this white blanket is. So that's an indication there is moisture. And yeah, just small little trails, very thin. And this is what happened on the last episode I put out. It's just very small trails, you know, very wispy trails, nothing too dramatic. Well, that small little one there. Look. Okay, I've got some cumulus coming in now. This is what I mean by that white blanket. This right here. A lot of people in the chemtrail community will contribute, like for instance, a trail there. So everything else in that must something to do with trails. It really ain't. It's just a naturally formed cloud. We've got a big cirrus there, you can see. And it did show that a few seconds ago. Ah, cumulus coming in. Oh, awesome. There, we've got a big trail. See that? Let's go back. Yeah. I think this was like more or less the evening. And we've got some real big trails here. Okay. There, I've just moved the camera so you can see. So it is blending into one, all right? And I'm not denying these trails can actually blend in. It's just there's just different types of trails given on different days, really. Are we going to get any trails in the evening? Let's have a look. We've got a big blanket of white cloud coming over, so I doubt we'll see anything. Beautiful. And we're straight into nighttime. So there we have it. Did the trails block out the sun on the 24th of August, 2025? No, it didn't. Once again, what's going on? I thought these trails were supposed to block out the sun, according to some communities that put forward this idea. This is what I'm here to do, guys. I'm not here to debunk anything. I'm just trying to add two perspectives, what the chemtrail community is saying and what the mainstream science is saying. And I just try to make a realistic perspective. And I think what people are now who are new to chemtrails start to look up in the sky and anything that's believed to be unusual, well, that cloud is unusual. That trail was unusual. Okay, well, what's the overall outcome? Why? Why is these clouds been put there? Is it to block out the sun? What are the trails have been put there for? When we get different types of trails, small trails, wispy trails, big thick trails. So it's saying something. There's something there that really needs to look at. And unfortunately, to some, well, from my perspective as a researcher, I have to look into the mainstream avenue. It's just the way I have to treat information. I can't just stick down an echo chamber. That's not how I treat research. Okay. So I'm not here to debunk anything. I'm just trying to add a realistic perspective on what really I'm seeing in the sky. And I'm just forward it to you. So there we have it. So once again, did the trails block out the sun? No, of course it didn't. But nevertheless, it's not a failed experiment. So I shall see you next time on the Cosmic Twilight and Investigate with Nick. I shall see you very soon.